Hey, and welcome to a look at Nioh from Team Ninja and Sony, published. Now this is a game that I think that's a lot of people have been talking about recently, and for a very, very good reason. This is one hell of a game, and I'm just gonna go over a couple of things with mechanics and then whatnot. Now, let's just get right to it. This currently is in New Game Plus mode called Way of the Strong. I can actually go back into the Way of the Samurai. Finish everything here. Working my way through New Game Plus, more or less. So, just kind of to get into the basis of the game is that it's a very, I guess everyone would mention Souls for good reason. Because it's a very challenging game. It has a stamina meter, and you have this thing called Amrita. And if you die twice before you pick up your body, then you lose it all. Very, very Souls-like for sure. But regardless of that, it has an identity of its own, for sure. And I'm going to give a good demonstration of why. So this is, I think, the third kind of like the zone that I could go into. And this is one of the story missions. But I'm not going to go too far into this particular mission because I don't want a long video. So I'm just going to go into the gameplay a little bit. This is captured on a PS4 Pro using the action mode. So you have the nice solid 60 frames per second as you play through the game. I think that's, to me, that's the best way to play the game because this is a very fast-paced game and you don't want to be bogged down with the frame skips, and it's just pleasant to the eyes. Yeah, it doesn't have the, the best visual fidelity that the movie mode presents, but I think it still looks really good. So this is Shrine. You pray at it. It says reach your save point. You kind of do your leveling up. You do some points-based systems here. One of the things you can do is that you can actually assign a guardian spirit, and what that'll do is that that'll give you like various bonuses depending on what you want. Like for example, the one I'm using right now gives me elemental attack damage. It gives me an extended elemental effect. Gives me yokai damage reduction and some other stuff, including the ability to sense and mark stuff on the map that allows me to see and collect things a lot easier. And you have a ton. I collected them all, and I've used maybe about 4 of them before, and you can actually level them up as well when you get into New Game Plus called the Enhanced Guardian. I think that's pretty nice to do. Might as well finish leveling this up on here. One level to go. I use right hand a lot for electricity stuff. You can also summon a visitor. I could do that, but it'd be hard pressed for me to find someone playing this particular level at this point, I think. Because it's still early in the game and I'm pretty far in. You can also ready your spells and your ninjutsu and onmyo magic, I believe it's called. And I use a lot of this magic. It's very, very powerful. Let's get right into the combat real quick. I'm just going to show up a little bit of combat and then actually go out of the game and go into the shop crafting stuff. So, you lock into your enemy, you kind of scroll between the two, and once you know what to do, you can just kind of go right into it. You get a little backstab going. As you can see, I'm very, very fast. Dual-bladed katanas. And there's a high stance, which allows me to do very powerful attacks that cost a lot of stamina. I can use a mid attack, which is kind of, your middle range kind of thing. It has good range, it has good damage, but, it doesn't do as much damage as high. And then I have the low stance, which is very, very, very fast. It doesn't take a lot of stamina to use that. So if I'm finding something that's really quick, then I'll find myself kind of changing back to low stance move on the fly. You kind of go around and search for items. And in this game, this one. For example, like that monster over there would be pretty difficult for me to kill. Just normally, because he's also getting powered up by that rock over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to boost myself up. Using a couple of factors. Casting spells on him as well, for good measure. And now he's really slow. you can activate your guardian skill to help you out. It needs a special guardian skill, but as you can see, it's very vulnerable to set up. Even with all the things they've done to me, that goes away after a certain time. It's pretty very useful to have. That worked out because it put me in a position where I needed to use that. So that's good. I wasn't in danger of dying because I use a ninjutsu that allows me to come back to life after I die once. But, you know, preferably I don't want to use it. And also, this game is also very good. You can parry your enemy's attacks if you see them coming. Stop the rubbish for a second. Am I in the wrong place? That is something. Yeah, that usually works. I feel like the timing is straight up, but it's straight up not working right now. I don't know why. No, it's legitimately not working. Now I'm mistiming it on purpose because the right timing is not working. Maybe I'm just not able to counter that particular attack. I really don't know. But that is. Regardless, I'll show you the parry. If I can find something. That's weird. Because I parry very, very consistently normally, so to have that happen to me over and over again is A, embarrassing, and B, something that shouldn't be happening. Because my play uses a lot of parrying. A lot, so. And the good thing about parrying is that obviously it's very timing specific, but it's also very, very powerful. You're able to stun your enemy, you get a follow-up attack, you do a ton of damage. You're invincible while the parry is going off, so it's just awesome to do. Oh, I can't parry those guys, so. People make comparisons to Dark Souls or something like that, but Dark Souls has never been this fast, like, ever. It reminds me closer as far as when playing the game, more so to in line with, let's say, Ninja Gaiden or like an Onimusha, which had those really fast moments of gameplay. I can also summon these ghosts of dead people to fight me. But, let's try this guy. I have a chance at getting some of the pieces of his equipment too. There you go. This is a parry. As you can see, there's a lot of damage. Stuns him for a second. Just finish him off. Dropping a nice. And also, you have access to your ranged weapons as well. I'll show those off in a second. You also have a bow and arrow or a musket, depending on what you like to use. They're all pretty good in their own way. I love that attack because it's very time-based. You don't get that really fancy third attack automatically. You have to time the third presses. That's the good one, and this is the bad one. So you see it's slower, it doesn't do as much damage, it doesn't work great. But this game, as far as the combat goes, is just a joy to play. I've been playing this game for many hours. Obviously, I've been on a medium plus, spent a lot of time, but it's still never boring. I also like using katana as well. I think I prefer the katana in more like duel situations where I'm only having one guy, or I prefer the dual blade when I'm against one people and do attacks like these, like an AoE attack or something. If I need to go closer, just dash in. This is very powerful. But with that out of the way, let's actually go ahead and get out of this mission. And I'm going to do that by using item. I believe it is called. Can I use that all? I could probably afford to do that, but I don't need to. So what's that item that I lost me to? 620k souls that I would lose if I just leave now. I guess that's significant enough. There you go. That item allows me to just leave the mission and go to the starting point without losing any Amrita or anything, any items that I gained. So it's nice to have around. I have many, so I don't mind using a few. This game has also kind of like a multiplayer aspect, as in I can summon the souls of people who died to fight them for their equipment, or I can actually go and join like a clan. And after a certain amount of time, it gets tallied who has the most amount of like reputation points, and then that group will be rewarded based on their performance. And I have a decent amount. But the next big thing that I want to show off is Blacksmith. And one of the big things about this game is that it has a really big focus on loot and equipment. And what I'm gonna do is that, let's say I have a piece of equipment that I like, and it's now kind of low leveled. I have this level 141 thing, and all my stuff is now level 150. So it's out leveled, but I can actually use one of these items and make it into a 150 level item. So you can kind of just keep leveling up equipment based on what you like. And let's say, for example, if you got an item, you really like it, but you don't like some of the stats on it. You don't like some of the things that roll on the item there. So you can actually go here and say, I don't like something here, and then I can just actually go here and I can reforge the item, and then try to get something maybe even better than what that is. But all these are actually pretty decent, so I'm gonna keep them for now. But there's so many options. These are the kind of things that you would see in Diablo or something like that, but to see it in the game with such refined, fast-paced combat is quite interesting. I really like it. It's incredibly addictive because regardless of the fact that you beat a level or not, you're still in there. You're gonna be getting new equipment. You're gonna be finding new stuff, and also your armor has things like set bonuses. So, for example, I'm using this piece of gear called the Demon Kings or National Unity, and it gives me a bunch of really cool bonuses. It gives me 2.1 damage reduction, gives me enemy defeated damage bonus, B rank close combat damage. That's just a straight up close combat, like 9.7% damage all across the board. I get plus 10 to attack and defense when I'm using the Guardian Spirit that I'm using now, and whenever I use a strong attack, I get Amrita back, which is actually pretty nice, because that'll allow me to use the living weapon faster, I believe. And I also have some other stuff. I have all different types of weapons. There's a katana, there's a dual blades, there's spears, there are axes and like hammers. And then there's a really cool like sickle and like a weight thing. And they all specialize in different things, and the fact that you have 3 different senses really make them feel diverse and pretty nice to use actually. So yeah, that's a really quick look at Nioh. I think this is a terrific game. I'm gonna play maybe a day more. I'm gonna write the Friday night review, but I've been really impressed. Outside of the really kind of lackluster story, I think this is quite a tremendous game. And whether you're a fan of Souls or not, I think this is one that is well worth looking into. But yeah, that's everything. Thank you for watching.